So I'm going to give everybody another minute or so before we get started, just to make sure that we've captured everybody before we start presenting. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. I want to thank everybody for coming. We do have Trish here. We'll be monitoring the chat window. So if you have any questions that you want to ask, you're welcome to ask them there and she'll make sure that we get them answered. You are also welcome to unmute yourself and ask them out loud. But we do just ask you to keep yourself muted while we're talking so that we don't have a lot of background noise. Miss Link is also here, and then Mr. Meister has joined us, and we'll all not take more than about 15-20 minutes of your time, and then of course we're always available by email, or if you want us to hop onto a Zoom or whatever, and we'll get you whatever you need to get to help you out. So I do want to start by saying that I know you might have a lot of questions about what the rest of this year looks like, and we don't really have those answers for you right now. That will be coming next week, and trust me, our administration and our teachers are going to be working hard to make sure that that we're taking care of everybody. So just keep an eye out for that. So today we are going to give you an overview of the courses that are available for you to sign up for. Ms. Link will do that, and then I will talk to you about how to do your course request online via PowerSchool, and then we'll wrap up and have time for any questions. And just as a reminder, we are recording this this meeting, so just keep that in mind that this will be available for the public to see later. So, Ms. Link, I will turn it over to you and let you get on with it.
Okay. Let's get back to, well, this is junior scheduling presentation. So we'll just start by going over the required classes. So these are the classes that you have to have in your schedule. So you need to have English, an entire year of English, and that can be English 11, publications, AP, language and composition, AP, literature. Obviously important to think about, you know, what you're ready for and what you're prepared to do when you're thinking about which one of these English classes you'd like to take. Science, you can do advanced biology, chemistry, earth science. It's 1 year required of science. There's a year of math required, and that can be geometry, algebra 1, algebra 2, pre-calculus, vocational math. You also will have online options of doing, if you're ready for calculus or statistics, we have some online options available. And when you go to register, if you're, and Suzanne will talk about this in a little bit, but if you're going to register on your sheet, you're just going to indicate that if you'd like that online option, or else you can just shoot us an email and let us know that you'd like to do that online math option if you're ready for a step higher than pre-calculus. Social studies, you're required to take American history, and that's 1 year. Advanced computer apps, so you want to take that as a junior or a senior. If we have time in your schedule, we definitely want to get it in this year. And then financial literacy, it's also 1 semester, and you take that your junior or senior year. Again, if we are able to, we definitely want to get that you into that this year if possible. And then you're required to take physical education. You can waive PE for a semester if you are in a sport or there's other circumstances such as your schedule is completely full. But regardless of what the reason is, you'd have to go through the administration. So you need to speak to Mr. Meister, myself, Suzanne, Trish about doing that if that's something that you end up needing to do. So optional classes, financial literacy, you need to take it your junior or senior year, but it's not, if it doesn't work in your schedule this year, you can take it your senior year. Spanish 1, 2, or 3. So if you've been in Spanish 1, 2, obviously you'll go on to 3. If you haven't taken 1 or 2, you can jump into either of those classes your junior year as well. Band and choir or choir, and then tag is something you need to apply for, and that is something you can talk to myself or Mrs. Jensen about. And then electives are art, industrial tech, business, family and consumer science, agriculture, and school to work. So underneath all these categories, there are different classes, and some of the classes have prerequisites. So it's just something to pay attention to. For example, if you are interested in culinary arts, you need to be in culinary arts 1 before you're in culinary arts 2. And then school to work is an application process as well. So if you are interested in school to work, you'll go ahead and just talk to me about that, and I can get you the application for that. Hawkeye classes. So as a junior, you have the option to take Hawkeye classes. And this is not, I'm just talking about this because I have your attention. This is not something that we necessarily schedule you for through Power School, but this is something that I will help you schedule. So Hawkeye classes are elective credits and they count both for your high school and your college transcripts. All Hawkeye classes except the ag classes with Mr. Sibula are online. So that's just something to think about when you're considering whether you're ready for a college class. It is, going to be completely online, and you're going to be responsible for logging in with your teacher and doing all of those sorts of things. For fall semester, we'll be doing Composition 1, Intro to Psych, Intro to Health Professions, Western Civ 2. Those are our online classes. And in North Tama, we'll have Principles of Agronomy with Mr. Sibula. Then in the spring, Composition 2, Intro to Sociology, Intro to Business, and Western Civ 3. And then at North Tama, we'll be doing the Survey of Animal Industries. So a couple things about those college classes. You might remember when you were a sophomore, you took the AccuPlacer. Composition 1 and Composition 2 require AccuPlacer score. And that score, I believe, is 81. I might have to recheck that, but that's something that we'll have to look at and make sure your score is high enough. If it's not, it's pretty easy to just take the English portion of the AccuPlacer at Hawkeye if that's something you're interested in. Composition 1 and 2, something to keep in mind is that they will count when you go on to college almost across the board. I've had very few experiences where they don't count as your English credit for college. So when you're looking at that, that liberal arts core classes, it will usually knock off that English credit that you'll need. It also will take one of your semesters of high school English. So for that senior year, you have a composition class, and that can count as your senior year composition class. Let's see, and then Western Civ, that's another way to knock out your humanities for college. But typically you need 2 of them, so that's why we're offering 2 different classes, Western Civ 2 and then Western Civ 3. So there's obviously a Western Civ 1, 2, and if you think about it, it's kind of just moving through history. So Western Civ 1 is like ancient medieval, Western Civ 2 is kind of mid, and then the Western Civ 3 is modern history. So that's where those are at, but it will knock out that college humanities credit if you take 2 of those. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of questions about that. If you have any questions, you know, ask in the chat, or you can always email me as well. So this is what the Hawkeye registration looks like. I just wanted to include it so you could see. Being that we're not in school, this is something that you're going to have to do on your own. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. You will need your social security number, because that's how your transcript follows you through college. So let's say if you take high school classes, college classes in high school, that everything is linked to your social security number. If you have any problems with this, just please let me know and I can help you. Otherwise, I can put you in contact with the people that can help you get registered for those. So again, this is something that you'll be doing on your own. Here's all the instructions, but if you need help with this, just please let me know.
Miss Link,
Yeah.
I just want to add that those instructions, we will send those instructions out as a PDF. So you don't have to try to be writing that down or, you know, getting it from here. We will get that to you in an email so that you have the link.
I did send everything out in an email already.
Okay.
Your kids should have all, and actually it's more detailed instructions about how to register for the classes. So you do have all these instructions in your emails, kids. If you somehow missed it or misplaced it, just shoot me an email and I can send you the full more detailed list of instructions as well. Anything else with that? Okay, so graduation requirements. You are required to do 8 semesters of physical education. So you can't waive it your freshman year, but your sophomore, junior, and senior year, you can waive it for a semester if you have one of those reasons that we talked about previously with a full course load, or if you're in a sport. You're required to have 8 semesters of English. So that's 4 full years of English. And this is something to think about when you're considering graduating early. So if you graduate early, you'll still need to make up that extra semester of English. You'll need 6 semesters of math. So that's 3 years of math, 6 semesters of science, 6 semesters of social studies. So 3 years of each of those things. Just something to consider is that when you go to apply for college, those core credit classes of English, math, science, and social studies will help you with admission. So when there's a certain score they use for the state schools, and then for the private schools, these all contribute to helping you to get into a college, and it very well might be like the tipping point if you're kind of on the edge. Another reason to take 4 years of these subjects are, you know, it will help with your test scores, and it'll help to keep you engaged for that when you're ready to go to college, you have still that knowledge fresh in your mind. You're required to take 1 semester of computer applications, 1 semester of advanced computer applications, 1 semester of health, 4 semesters of career and technical education. So those are your CTEs, and included in that is financial literacy. So usually I would say that people don't have a problem getting those CTEs. It's just something to make sure that you're keeping your eyes on, especially if you've been a kid that's been in band and choir, which is awesome, but that does take up 2 periods of your day where you might not have had time for mini electives. So it's just something we just want to keep our eyes on. So 48 credits to graduate. Again, keep your eyes on those credits. Make sure that you're looking like you're in a place to be able to graduate. Anyone else have anything else? I think that's all I've got.
Okay, so I will take over now. And I will tell you, as I find my screen here, that we are going to give you 2 different ways to actually submit your registration, your course request to us. The first is that you can take that, that registration worksheet that you got via email from us and highlight it or circle the things that you want and email it to Miss Link. You can scan it or you can take a picture of it and send it to her. Please make sure you've got your name on it so that it's really obvious that it's yours. The other way you can do this is to sign into the PowerSchool portal, and this can either be done with the student portal or the parent portal. Parents, if you need help getting signed in, you can try the forgot password link. If you still need help, just give me an email and I'll help you with that. Students, if you need help, you need to either email Trish or myself and we will help you with your login information. So once you get in, let me make sure I've got the right one. I've got some test students here and I got to make sure I've got the one that's the right grade. I think it's this one. So once you're in the portal, and I need to mention, you do need to do this through a browser. You cannot do it through the app. So you need to go to Safari or Chrome or whatever. Then you're going to go to class registration. And then this screen is going to come up. And so this is going to already have some things selected for you, like your PE is already selected and your American history is already selected. And you can't unselect those. You do need to go into the 11th grade required, and I guess those are already selected. If it's going to be the case that we're going to have to move one of those to your senior year, we will take care of that manually. And if you kind of have an idea already as you're filling your sheet out, especially if you're one of our band and chorus kids, you're welcome to email Miss Link about that just to make sure she's paying attention to that. So then for Spanish, it's not required, but you can come here and click on the pencil and choose your Spanish. Make sure you select both semesters of it so that we get you scheduled into both, and then click on OK. For English, you do have to go in, click on the pencil, and again, you need to choose both semesters of whatever it is you're going to take. So if you're going to do English 11, you need to select both of those. And then for math, you'll have all of your options here. Kind of a broken record, but again, make sure that you're selecting both semesters. And science, I guess actually it's going to probably force you on these required classes. So I'm seeing I need to go take the earth history out of there. So you do just need to choose from earth science, chemistry, or advanced, or earth science or chemistry or advanced biology. I will make sure that I get that fixed here shortly. And then you can go into electives, and this is where you're going to choose all of the other courses that you're interested in. This is where you're going to find band and chorus. Again, if you're doing band or chorus, make sure you select both sections. And then there are about 6 pages here you can page through and find the things that you want to request. And then, okay, and then you also have to go do alternates. And we ask that you choose at least 3, and we ask that you please choose 3 that were not already selected as your electives. These are things that you would be okay with getting into if we can't get you into the electives that you've already chosen. So again, these alternates truly need to be alternates, not just the same thing you selected on the other page already. And then again, you know, if there's multiple semesters, you need to make sure that you're choosing multiple semesters. And then that's it. All you have to do is click submit down at the button. It saves it to the PowerSchool database so that the administrators can see it. And then it kind of shows up and gives you a summary of what you did here shortly. Internet's a little slow at the moment, apparently. So then you can see the whole list. And as you're looking at the list, you decide, whoops, I really made a mistake. I need to do something else. You can click back on class registration and it'll take you back to where you can make modifications, and then just make sure you click submit again. So again, 2 ways to get your course request into us. Either get into the PowerSchool parent portal or student portal and submit them online, which you guys have done for a couple years now, so that should be pretty familiar to you. Or you can take that worksheet that we emailed out and is available on the website, on the homepage under headlines. You might have to click the see all or something, and you'll be able to see the meeting notice, and either scan or take a picture and email that to Ms. Link to get your request to us. Your requests need to be back to us by Thursday, so next Thursday, April 9th at 4 o'clock. It's really important that you get on this and do this so that we know what it is you want to take. If you don't, Ms. Link will be just making a schedule for you, and she won't be making schedule requests, won't change schedules until the start of the next school year. So just reminder that Hawkeye class information, you should already have that. I will post the video of this presentation online later so that if you have questions or need to refer back to it, you will have that available. And then again, please get this done by next Thursday. So that's all I had. Did you have anything else to say, Ms. Link?
Nope, I don't think so. Just, you know, if you have questions, just please go ahead and ask them. We'll help and do everything we can to get it straightened out. Yeah, that's about it.
Mr. Meister, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, just a short message here. Hello, everybody. Sure do miss everyone. Nice to kind of see people in this setting. I will let you know that some really good, informative information came down from the state yesterday, which will help us start to prepare for what education can look like for North Tama moving into to May. So even though we won't technically be back until May, or if that gets pushed back, we'll decide what to do next. There's some good stuff coming up that will help us move North Tama forward. So great to see you. Hang in there. We miss everybody so much and can't wait for the time to come that we can return back to school and interact. So if you have any questions at all or concerns, need anything, please feel free to reach out to me via email. I look forward to any conversation that takes place that way, and make sure that we get you covered in these very interesting times. So please feel free to reach out, and appreciate every single one of you. Stay safe.
So does anybody have any questions we need to address? And again, we're all available via email, or if I need to hop on a Zoom meeting again to explain something, I'm happy to do that. So Trish, any questions?
No, no questions.
Okay. Well, if we don't have anything, we'll just go ahead and say goodbye, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for coming.